Hi everybody, this is Janet Wright. Welcome back. In this video, what we're going to be doing, it's a walkthrough video, and we're going to be doing a really simple but powerful technique to call back your spiritual information. So spiritual information is like things that you've learned over time, and your knowledge as a spirit, a lot of times you store it away. Your angels help you to store it away in your Akashic records for sort of protective safekeeping. But a lot of times, like say if you learn something and you're not really done using it, it doesn't get stored away in your Akashic records in this sacred private library that you have that the angels protect. So then you technically still have that spiritual information with you in your chakras, in your aura, because you're using it. So you just learned it maybe and you have it in your space. So what happens sometimes is that people overgive to others and they don't perhaps realize it, and they're actually giving away their own knowledge. Because, you know, teaching is not as simple as it seems. And you can be like an overgiving teacher and actually give away the pieces of your spiritual knowledge to other people. And then you actually don't have it anymore. Like maybe you know it, but it's not the same. You don't really use it. You're not applying your own knowledge anymore in your life. And because it's like you only have like a faint echo of what you had at first. So why this came up is in this triplet set, early August 2018, the theme is Own Your Own Path with Heart Strength. And part of that is clearing guilt and sort of grappling with these ideas of being a good person, being a kind person, being compassionate. And so I think that's why the angels put it in this one. I mean, it's really good for helping you to clear your spiritual path. And again, your spiritual path is, you can imagine it for yourself. You know, you imagine it, I would suggest that you imagine it like a road that you can move forward on. And so if you're on the path, then you're on your path, you know? So even if you don't have a spiritual job, you know, you could be a manager in a supermarket and be on your path spiritually, or, you know, a doctor, or a daycare worker, or whatever, you know, or a stay-at-home mom, and be on your path spiritually, you know, because your path represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this lifetime. And anyway, so you want to be on the path, you want to be sort of in the center where it's nice and smooth and easier to move forward. And ideally you want to be moving forward. But, you know, sometimes the path can get blocked, you know, so the way ahead of you is blocked, or it's just kind of murky and shadowy, so you don't feel so sure of yourself. So maybe you move forward but much slower, or you don't move forward because you're just not inspired to move forward with all that weird energy on the path. So, that's sort of what inspired this technique. Well, that's how the angel showed me this technique, because they showed me one of the participants as I was planning this healing. You know, I have a list of all the participant names, 70 participants, woohoo! And in 7 different countries, including, I don't remember how many kids, maybe 5. But anyway, hi kids. But, okay, so this one woman, she is an overgiver. And I think she would probably know that. But I don't think she has any idea that she's giving away her spiritual information when she helps people. I don't think she has any idea about that. But she'll use the video and she'll learn. So anyway, when I looked at her on her path, because the angels picked her for me to look at, you know, to see, oh, really? And so she, you know, before the first healing, you know, when I was planning all this out, I could see her on her path, and she was looking forward. She was standing in the middle looking forward, but there was all this sort of like weird, like smoky, shadowy stuff on her path, but it wasn't beings or entities. It was just like this energy of confusion and doubt. And it turns out that's why, because she gave away too much of her spiritual information. And so now she's not using it on herself as much as she could. She's probably using it in her own daily life. I mean, I think she thinks she's really, really using it, but I think as far as what she could be using in her daily life, it's maybe 40% she's using of her spiritual knowledge, because the rest of it she's given away by accident. Some of it in this life and some of it in past lives, because this is sort of a long-standing pattern of hers to be an overgiver. You know, like a mentor, a helper, but an overgiver. So she ends up depleting herself as she helps others. Which we don't want that. Because, you know, there's nothing about compassion that means you have to destroy yourself along the way, you know. Compassion is just about helping people, but there's ways to do it that are much safer. So anyway, this video will help you with that. So anyway, just to give you feedback on what has happened, because we've already used the healing technique once, you know, because everyone gets these healing techniques 3 times in the set: Friday healing, Sunday healing, and Tuesday healing. Even just with one usage of it, she does have less confusion on her path. It's still gray and murky, but it's maybe like 25% of it has cleared, and she's kind of like looking forward, and she seems to like be figuring out a few things already, and she seems to be more present. Like she's like, I don't think she gets why things have changed, but when she sees this video, she'll be like, oh yeah, this is the video for me. So if, you know, after the 3 healings, the path will probably be so much clearer, and she'll have her information back, so her behaviors generally will be more healthy. You know, because a lot of times people experience that they learn about spirituality, or they learn about self-help or psychology, and it's fascinating, but then you just realize you're not applying it in your own life so much, you know, and this is part of why. And another participant too, she wasn't even my poster child for the, you know, for when I was planning, you know, but I mean, these are universal issues, really. So really, this technique can help anybody. But she told me in her Friday survey that I read that she had Friday evening, she did like the healthiest behaviors, like, which is not, you know, self-care has been a problem for her, you know, a recurring problem. But she, you know, she stayed home. She did really comforting things. She read a book, you know. So, and it's because she got back a lot of her spiritual information. For her, most of it was from past lives that she got back, that she had given away in past lives. And for the other person who was the original person I was looking at for this issue, what she got back already was maybe like half and half. Some that she had given away in this life and some that she had given away in past lives. But anyway, like with all these techniques, the more you do this technique, the more it helps, because each time you can only handle bringing back so much of your information. So it's nice to repeat this technique over time. Okay, so the actual technique is insanely easy, but first we're gonna ground first. So you probably know all about grounding if you watch my videos, but anyway, here's a simple drawing. Imagine with your mind, with your intention, a big, wide grounding, a connection. Create it with your mind, red or orange or yellow, and bring it up as high as your 3rd chakra, which for me is right here, below your sternum bone. That's the 3rd chakra. Make it that high and make it wide all the way down to the core of the earth. Okay? So red or orange or yellow, just create it. This time I'm using red. And just think about letting go. I can let go, maybe touch your fingers, wiggle your toes. That just brings you more present. Deep breath. Just think about letting go. You want that nice strong downward flow, because that'll be really anchoring and stabilizing. Because this is an easy process and pretty gentle, but may as well make it more gentle with a good grounding. Okay? So now that you're nice and grounded, go ahead and to call back your spiritual information, and we're gonna have the angels check it, so it's all like couldn't be safer, which is great. To call back your spiritual information, you can just make some kind of a gold object with your imagination or your intention. that will call it back like a magnet. So that way you don't have to go different places to find it. It just comes back to you. So I'm going to make a big gold, you can make a big gold sphere, like one of those U-shaped magnets. You can make a big gold box. I think I'll make a big gold box. So, but any of it's fine, right? And just call back, just have your intention be that this gold box or gold sphere or whatever is going to call back as much of your spiritual information as you're ready to get back right now. And just let it expand as it brings back information, because that's pretty fun. If you see this little thing getting bigger. Okay, and so the gold color vibration of the object helps to clean off the energy, but let's just, have it be even better and ask the angels to, clean out this energy first before we take it back, right? Because it's your energy, but let's just make sure, since it was in other people's spaces. So angels, can you please clean off this energy so that I make sure it's all mine before I receive it? So you just think that with your mind. Angels, please clean off all this information so we can make sure it's only my energy. All right, great. So your angels work fast, so that was enough time. So then go ahead and just give that information to yourself again. Just, let yourself absorb it. And again, double check your grounding. Make sure it's real wide, because maybe it drew itself in and got narrow. So make it wide again. Red or orange or yellow. Maybe I'll make yellow this time. Nice wide grounding, as wide as your whole aura, and flowing like a waterfall all the way down to the core of the earth. And you can think again, I can let go, I can let go. You don't want to let go of your spiritual information, but you want to release anything. Because sometimes receiving positive things like that, there's a chain reaction, and you want to let go of things that, are in the way. Okay, great. So let's do it one more time. I think in the healing we did it twice. So go ahead and create a brand new object, energy object that's going to call back your spiritual information. So make it gold, and like I said, any shape you want. And your intention is this object is going to call back your spiritual information from past lives, from the present, from this life in the past, whatever. Anytime, it doesn't matter. It's just your spiritual information that you're ready to get back right now. And just let the object get bigger, because that's kind of fun to see the information fill up the object, or to imagine it. And then when you feel like that's ready, just ask your angels, can you please clean out all this energy to make sure it's just mine? And your angels will do that if you just think that. Angels, please clean off this to make sure it's just mine. Okay? And then just go ahead and receive that. Just bring it towards yourself and receive it, because it's your spiritual information and, it belongs with you. So to clarify, how do you teach or how do you mentor somebody the clean way, right? Well, typically if you're really, really present when you mentor and you have good boundaries and you don't allow energy cords with that person, then it'll be clean. And you can also do like this exercise, after you've mentored somebody or after you've taught somebody, just to make sure, so for example, if you're a practitioner, any kind of practitioner or a teacher, or, just one of these people that helps people all the time, you can make it a regular thing just to call back your energy and your spiritual information, because spiritual information is sort of one thing, but all your energy that you may have given away or got taken from you is a whole nother thing. So you could do both at once, calling back my energy and my spiritual information. But for owning your path, this is what I saw specifically that would really help. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And how about let's redo your gold energy aura buffer zones. So if you don't know about that, there's a video called Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones that I definitely recommend. But just go and redo your gold energy aura buffer zones right now in an instant. And you can, if you don't understand what that is, you want to do it now anyway, just say, angels, please make for me new gold buffer zones, or new buffers, new gold buffers. And your angels will do it for you. But again, that is an 18-minute video, and I definitely recommend it. Gold energy aura buffer zones. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. And if you feel like you want some more cleansing after that, any video in the quick flow playlist would be nice after this. Quick flow playlist. The quickest one is Tricolor Earth Energy Soak, which is the first one in the playlist. It's only 6 minutes. Okay. So I hope you like that. And again, that was calling back your spiritual information. And even if you don't think you're an overgiver in this life, you may be anyway and not realize it. Or, you know, maybe someone took your spiritual information and you didn't mean to give it away. So this will help with that. And also, you know, in past lives, there probably are some past lives where you were an overgiver, or people took your spiritual information on some subconscious level. So this is good for all that. Okay? All right, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Just post below the video. And if you feel like other people should see this video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay? Bye!